Welcome to Rappers Playing Video Games, aka RPG. Today's guest is Chief, out of Chief and the Doomsday Device. He is a rapper, a producer, a filmmaker, a blogger, and basically anything else.
It's true.
We are going to be playing Strider for the Genesis.
We're gonna kick some ass too.
With a big old sword.
Alright, well hey, I think I'm gonna take a stab at it here. I don't even remember what the story is.
I don't either. We were just looking at some arcade footage and it's bloody as hell when you slice these guys in half.
Yeah, they went for the clean mode on here. It's not so offensive.
It's that idea, I think, that a lot of kids' entertainment, Turtles did this, where you make the bad guys robots.
Yeah, there you go.
So they can just explode.
There's no violence per se. Because, hey, they don't hurt anyway, they're just inanimate objects.
Right. They're just drones. It's the same thing with Sonic, even.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Robotnik. Oh my lord, what am I doing?
I really like this monster design.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all the dudes.
Yeah, it's the guy. It's like the Senate.
Whoa, what a metaphor.
Yeah, they're all like communists too, looking at what they're sitting.
Oh, they got a hammer and a sickle as a weapon.
That's funny.
They're all in a bunch of red chairs.
This was like 1989.
Yeah,
so
that's so funny.
You can get away with political. Where'd it go? It's like
this weird everyone on the same page, like anti-communism thing.
Yeah, the Cold War was cold-blooded for sure.
This game is cold-blooded.
It is. Fits right into the Doomsday. Oh, you're fine. Fits into the Doomsday aesthetic. Oh my lord, he smacked me down.
What do you think? That makes me have a question.
Sure.
What would you call the Doomsday aesthetic?
I think it's just a lot of symbolic imagery kind of mixed into, I don't want to say necessarily familiar frameworks, but like older school sort of hip hop framework, for lack of a better. Oh wow, look at that, you handled up.
I'm starting to suspect that this game makes things slightly easier the more you fail.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a little shifting algorithm.
Takes you by the hand. The whole influence of it was Dr. Strangelove and the Doomsday Device that they could trigger.
Is that where you got that from?
That's where I got that from, yeah. So that's sort of where the idea came from, and then it's really just been a matter of following through on that line, kind of trying to. I guess the other half of it is I went to school for radio, TV, news, so I kind of look at it as my broadcast system, if you will.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
You do have very consistent symbology with the Doomsday, brand and project.
I try.
I instantly recognize the Doomsday face,
and
I love that you put it over like historical photos.
Yeah, that's definitely one practice that I try to consciously do. Is sort of, it's almost like that obey idea of integrating yourself into a bigger framework, and then people recognize the face and have it on like a different level of recognition, you know.
So how does that? Oh, nice,
my lord! Look at this
Whoa! Robocong.
Oh look, the sword is kind of getting slightly bigger now.
Yeah, I've seen it. I was noticing it get a little bigger.
Oh.
So when you perform live, and this is something that people watching this might not know if they haven't seen you live or seen a tape of it. The Doomsday Device is like a giant briefcase that you've customized that is basically where you're getting all your production sounds from.
Correct, yeah, it's like a trigger device.
Nice. Oh, that's kind of beautiful and awful, that like bloody robot head of a giant gorilla.
Yeah, I thought I could land on it too.
It sucks that it's like, you beat the boss, good job, now quickly escape!
Yeah, they definitely were, oh wow.
Oh,
now
we got restarted. Let's do it.
I wonder how many of those ridiculous continues we got. It looks like there's always some place he can hide to like escape the fallout of the boss after you beat him.
It's one of those games where you really have to like kind of fail at it before you understand how to play it best.
Yeah, for real. Doing like a first time no hit run through this would be like some genius level stuff.
Yes.
Sure.
Well, there we go. We're back.
It's an unforgiving game. I have thought about it in terms of trying to make sure that, well,
that was bullshit.
Nothing you can do about that. and sort of making sure that like when somebody hears the music, they're like, that's Chief and the Doomsday Device. It might just be more signature voice, and then kind of trying to bring a certain level of word. Good Lord, this game is unforgiving. Certain level of like wordplay and a certain style of like imagery and metaphors and symbols that I use, like lots of film-based symbols, you know.
I know that's one of the first things that we ever bonded about. I actually remember being at Beerland and realizing they were both big film nerds.
Yeah, I was actually staring at your Criterion collection.
Oh yeah.
Not judge all men by their Criterion collection.
You just saw Sorry to Bother You today, right? Which I have not seen.
I did, yeah.
Do you care to offer a spoiler-free hot take?
It was interesting, man. Like, I'm definitely going to be right, and that's another thing I guess I do. I have my blog. I have a couple blogs, but I have a film review blog.
What's the, where can people find that?
doomonfilm.tumblr.com. Decided to go weird and get my Tumblr on with it.
Nice. When did you start the film blog? Because you run a like local arts and culture blog that you've been doing forever, and you're like honestly one of the most supportive journalists that's keeping track of what everyone's doing.
Yeah.
And your blog is a really good resource. I'll put these links up. But your blog is a really we're in a special place.
Wow, yeah, it just took you. It was like, you know what, you got close enough.
Okay, so you've been doing a film blog, but you also were just in a film directed by
Doc Brown. Space Camp Death Squad.
A.K.A. Ryan Darbone.
Yes, that was a very fun film. It was called I Am Texas. It was about a black punk rock trio. It's getting back in the Austin area to wrap up a tour. It's talking about all the silliness they put up with in both the punk scene as well as the Texas music scene.
Yeah, isn't Jonathan Horstman from Blaxploitation is in that too, right?
And Audrey Campbell from Pleasure.
And Audrey Campbell
as well.
I love her.
Yeah, Audrey's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I actually talked to Ryan a little bit about how it was important, or maybe I just read this in an interview, but at some point I know he said that it was important to him to have that validity there.
Yeah.
To have people who weren't just trying to act like punk musicians, but who actually have lived that lifestyle, had those experiences, and wouldn't be acting so much as acting, but remembering.
Yeah, it definitely helped. Like it wasn't hard to pull from a space of reality. Yeah.
But then you directed a short film with Colton, the other member of Space Camp Death Squad.
I did, yeah. Colton's got like one of those awesome personalities, man. And for this particular project, it's a short film I made called Help Me. And it's about abandoned location explorers, and I needed somebody who could kind of be the one that helps spurn things forward, the guy with the sense of adventure, and that's definitely Colton,
Yes, having been on tour with Colton, that's very much Colton.
Yeah.
But you got new music coming out too, right?
I do, yeah. I just dropped a couple of solo projects, a instrumental project called This Town Has Turned to Dust, and a solo produced and written rap album called A Memoir Called Noir.
Oh,
damn
that.
it.
You you
gated out here.
You got locked out. You might just have to
with my big sword and everything.
I know. Well, that power up's there, so I think you can get it back. Oh no, you can do it.
Oh wow.
And I also have to say, I find it very interesting and cool that you're releasing these two very solo produced and driven and personal projects, as well as doing the collaborations, because I like that yin yang of being able to express different parts of yourself.
Yeah, you never really know, like, until you put yourself in those situations where, like, what'll come out, so there's certain things other people's productions might be able to bring out. I've got several collaborations coming with some of the Exploded Drawing team.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Who else? I've been working with Moody Black on a project.
Are you getting more into like experimental production? I mean, I know that's always been a part of your...
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking big picture of transitioning less rap, more into like production-based performance,
Cool.
Like especially moving into film, I can kind of do more scoring and DJ-centered stuff.
Be your own John Carpenter.
There it is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, John Carpenter's a good example for sure. Whatever it takes to get the statement out that I'm trying to get, you know.
Yeah.
Trying to make, I should say.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I think that's where things are headed. And
Sure.
you definitely have the work ethic to pull it off.
You gotta be versatile these days, I think, to get the whole statement out, you know.
Yeah.
Or at least even maybe understand what the whole statement is.
I mean, hey, that's what this is too.
Yeah.
Number one, Bimini Road for the remedy. Been such a long time they might not remember me. Take my coming back as a sign I joined up with the enemy. Hit me with cold shoulder tendency. Hate to admit it, but I get it. People get smitten when folks get committed. Just like when you flip it, they get livid. God forbid you're talking and don't live it to the minute.